It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessack.
We're here. It is a dance party.
I went to Amazon.com.
I wanted a matching one. You found yours was 10 days. And I can't.
Custom. This is custom couture.
Right. Your custom disco shirt. We have an amazing lineup of dance legends.
I literally pinched myself today.
Can we just talk that Martha Wash just called Lee on the phone?
That I literally took a screenshot.
I am from New Jersey, and there was the rink in Bergenfield, New Jersey, and Martha, and there's a whole story about Everybody Dance Now, but that is Martha Wash's voice, and we roller skated to Everybody, and Everybody Dance Now. That is that's my life right there.
I listened to It's Raining Men like on repeat over and over and over, and my parents still didn't have a clue.
Well, if you're a gentleman watching the show tonight,
there's no
hey guys. Jim Newman is we were just telling Lee about Jim Newman and a TikTok, and Jim Newman is all social media, singing, acting, everything.
And he's the cowboy in the Keys of Disco, which are the former members of the Village People.
And then you add Kristine W, who has 17 number one dance.
17 number, and wasn't she like in the Miss America contest or something? Did I read that? Yeah.
That means she has 17 more number one dance hits than me and Lee.
Combined. Combined. It's true. It's true. Although I'm really proud because my last album just went tin.
Perfect. I can't wait. I hope mine goes aluminum. I don't know.
So, hey, some of you know, if you're new watchers, I met Robert because I'm producing an album that we're going to release. I own a record label for like 25 years, and we're releasing his album soon, I hope. But he recorded the song From a Distance that Julie Gold wrote, that of course Bette Midler had a huge hit with, and he had people send him just imagery from quarantine, just pictures or video. And he went to the beach with this filmmaker and made a music video. We played a little bit of it last week, and then he just posted it like online, and is thousands and thousands of, like 40,000, 50,000, 70.
It hit 40,000 yesterday.
That's crazy.
That's thanks to everyone who sent in really beautiful videos and pictures of them and their family. And, thanks to Lee, who recorded.
Gorgeous recording. We
re-recorded that. And Lee helped the vocals and the music and everything. So
I basically sang it, and he
Lee, right. Exactly right.
Can you imagine?
But we have exciting news here.
Oh my God. So, as you know, we are in week 39 of this thing that we call our favorite day of the week, Thursday. Robert and we met over a conference call in November of 19. His musical director and arranger asked if I would consider releasing his album on the label, and we had a conference call, and I was like, yep, let's do it. And then life went on. I was in Florida in March. I had a huge tour, like 6 weeks, and I did one concert, and everything collapsed like everybody else. And when I got home on the 16th, I think on the 17th of March, Robert texted me because he had a licensing question about his album. And I am probably one of the 4 people in Los Angeles County that had never used the FaceTime feature on my phone. Because let's face it, When is anybody camera ready with no notice? Never. So, but in those 48 hours that I had been home, everybody was like dying for like, facial attention. So Robert texted me and I said, why don't we have a glass of wine over FaceTime? And so we did. And then the next day at like 2:00, are we chatting tonight? And I was like, sure. And then like 2 weeks later, like my partner's like, who are you talking to every day?
It was just me.
It was just him. But we laughed so much. And I said, I think we should produce a weekly live stream talk show. There's a lot of music being put out there. And at the very beginning of quarantine, those of us in, music administration, the big question was, what royalties or licenses do you need to do that? And I think to this day, people still don't really know. So I said, let's just do a talk show because nobody can come after us for talking. And so we started this and we've had a blast. And we invited our friends from the Broadway world, from the music world, from the TV world.
And it just grew. I don't know. I get emotional. I tell Lee, I get emotional when we talk about it because it just started as just me and you and our families watching. And now.
I know a couple of weeks ago, we had over 13,000 live viewers. So we are thrilled. But one of the things that we've done, and we've done, I think, 5 or 6 of them, I think, is we've done these Broadway cast reunions where we have like the original Broadway cast stars of a musical join us. And it's just been incredible. It's heartwarming. It's fun. It's funny. It's insightful. Anyway, long story short, we are launching a new series called the Broadway Cast Reunion Series because there are venues, obviously, all over the country that are dark. And it's a way for them to keep their audiences engaged until they can open their doors. You were looking forward to coming to see Frozen at our theater, which is not going to happen this year and maybe not next. But in the meantime, how would you like to spend an hour with the original Broadway stars? And we, Robert and I, wanted to create something where we could pay actors who have been sitting at home for 10 months. And so we are launching, I think the press release goes out tomorrow, but we are launching the Broadway Cast Reunion Series. I am so excited. And we're going to start with Frozen on Wednesday, February 10th.
Wednesday, 10th. He didn't even know how to FaceTime, and now he's a graphic designer.
We are so excited. We have the entire original principal cast of Frozen on the 10th of February, and then on the 24th, we've got Hadestown, including Anais Mitchell, who wrote it, and Rachel Chavkin, who directed it. It won Best Musical of the Year. So exciting. And 5 of the leads. And then on the 10th of March, we've got Ain't Too Proud. And on the 24th, we have Dear Evan Hansen. And this will continue every 2 weeks, probably for a year. We'll see. But we'll have more information coming for you for sure. But in the meantime, if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram at the Broadway Cast Reunion Series, you won't miss a beat. We'll let you know when tickets go on sale. We'll let you know everything.
So we'll be here with you every other 2 Wednesdays a month, and then every Thursday. Don't worry, we'll be here. We're here.
I got to order a lot of new outfits from Amazon.
Yes, you need a lot of costuming.
But anyway, tonight we are having some fun, which is fun for a change, right?
When we started the show, there was no way we thought we were going to get such musical royalty like we have on the show tonight.
I know. I'm thrilled. I am thrilled. This woman needs no introduction. If you don't know her, you know her because you know her voice, because it's the voice. You know what I mean? I'm going to just play a little video and then she'll be on to talk to us.
Sylvester, please do me a favor. Introduce the ladies. Who is this lady here?
Martha Wash, here, soprano.
Who knows music, knows that voice.
Sing Music Factory, Martha Wash was the singer on that record. We saw the video, we saw a very, cute little dark-skinned child singing the song, which we knew it wasn't her. I certainly knew it wasn't her because I know Martha Wash from years ago, and the woman can sing, and you can't mistake that voice. And this gigantic, fabulous, tremendous, rock-kicking ass voice.
Would you just sing, everybody sing that part so they'll know? If you can hit that note.
Everybody dance now. Hey, everybody dance now. Ah, everybody dance now. Be strong with the mighty love to carry on, carry on. I won't sleep till a new day dawns. I carry on, carry on. Say, I believe, yes, I believe in what I am. Honey, what you're not, clear the lot. Amen.
Y'all went digging, huh?
Oh, we had some fun finding those videos.
Oh my God.
Went digging.
We
How
are
are you?
I'm fine, you guys. How are you doing? You two are such a hoot.
oh,
What an honor. I mean,
Thank you.
what an honor. What you are
Thank you.
definitely part of the most joyful musical moments of my growing up, and I love it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Are you in New York?
I'm home. I'm in New York, hanging tough like everybody else.
Yeah.
I must tell you that I listened to the Sylvester "You Are My Friend" live recording that you guys did.
Oh, yeah.
Where you each take a solo. That work early on, his story and how you all worked together and changing and singing in the backseat of a car and traveling around to, what a moment. And then to take that and become like such an amazing talent and voice and career yourself. Like, wow.
Yeah.
It's music.
I mean, listen to Whitney Houston. I mean, right?
Yeah. I worked with her when she was 19, 20 years old. She was just starting out. We were on the same album. Paul Jabara had put out an album called Paul Jabara and Friends, and it was Izora and myself. Whitney did a song. Saida Garrett was on there, so that was my first time seeing her. So yeah, that was very, very sweet props that she gave me.
Yeah. How have you? I mean, you've been in the business a long time, and you, first of all, you still sound amazing. How have you navigated with the changes in how the industry operates and how music has changed and whatnot? How has that journey been?
Oh, a journey. Really?
Yeah.
Really what it's been, a journey. But I'm navigating it as best that I can. With the new album, it's now a little jazz, a little blues, a little rock, a little psychedelic, and it's another part of my journey.
Wow. And the album's available everywhere that fine music is sold and streamed.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw the cover up.
Love
I
and
love
Conflict, yes.
Love it.
There
Love
it is.
Wow.
I listen to it. I listen to it while I go for a run, and you sound beautiful. The arrangements are beautiful. It's very inspiring. It's a very touching project, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope that people, you have to listen to it. She sounds so good. My gosh,
it's so funny because the producers are all Canadian. Sammy Bass-Boo, Andrew David, and Felix Petit. I recorded it in Montreal. So, and all live musicians, all Canadian musicians. And it was just such a diverse thing for me to do, which pushes me to keep trying different things.
Right.
Naturally, everybody knows me from doing the dance music and all that stuff. But I never wanted to be just known as a dance music artist. I hate that. Just to be one dimensional. So with this album and the previous album, the Something Good album, that one was more rock pop. So with this new album, some of the songs, the music that you hear, you could actually lift those songs up and set them down into the 60s period music, and it fits perfectly with today's lyrics.
Wow.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and trying to grab some of the fans and say, come along with me
for the journey.
Come along with the journey. Sometimes you have to take them by the hand because they want the four on the floor dance music.
That's right.
You put out the album in the first week, somebody says, okay, well, when are you doing the remix? There's no remix. Let the album itself breathe.
Right.
And the thing is, we released it last year in January, and we were going to debut it at South by Southwest last year. And as you all know, everything was on lockdown, so we couldn't do anything.
Right.
So hopefully this year we'll go out and really really promote the album, because I myself didn't want to do the live streaming show type situation. I felt that the music needed to be heard in person.
Right.
So I've just sat it out, and people have downloaded it and streamed it and all of that. But I would rather go into a club and do it live.
Well, we're glad that you wanted to come on our live stream.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I think yours is a voice that I think you have to hear live. It is something.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What I love about the show tonight is that we've got three hugely successful, disco/dance vocalists. But, in the dance music world, a lot of times it's a lot of, there's a lot of electronics on it. There's a lot of mixing in it, and the performer is not necessarily, an incredible vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got three singers with incredible instruments, and your voice is the range. It's just incredible, and that's what I love about this new album, is that we get to experience another flavor, and you're still sounding incredible.
I'm trying. Look, I think as we chronologically advance, I'll say.
I like that.
As we chronologically advance, things happen. The body changes and goes through changes and things like that. So you work with what you have.
That's right.
That's
You
right.
don't stop. You just work with what you have.
I say that to myself
You know.
every day.
I was aside from you want to hear different flavors of her voice. I was listening and styles of her voice. I was listening to you and Luther's duet together. Like,
Yeah.
we talk about
I
two of
nothing. Yeah.
the greatest, two of the best voices ever.
That was so funny. It just kind of quickly got a phone call, and he left a voice message and said, "This is Luther Vandross. Would you give me a call?" And I said, "Why is he calling me?" Because I hadn't seen him in quite a long time. Because every once in a while we would do jingles together. We would be in a group setting and doing jingles together. So I hadn't seen him in a long, long time. And anyway, spoke to him and he said, "Do you know the song I Who Have Nothing?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's always been one of my favorite songs." Because Benny King, Benny King did the original. So I had known it since I was a kid, just about. And he said, "Well, I'm doing a new arrangement for it, and I'd like for you to do the duet with me." And I said, "Okay, that works for me."
Oh my God.
And so, because I was, so how did he get my number? So I'm thinking it was probably Fonzie Thornton, his best friend, and I knew Fonzie. Probably gave him my number. Anyway, I went into LA and did the song with him. And the funny thing about it, word had started kind of buzzing around that I was doing a duet with Luther Vandross. So, and I kept hearing people saying, I wonder what that's going to sound like. Because comparing his voice and my voice. And I would just kind of laugh, because they were saying, is one going to overpower the other? This, that, that kind of thing. And so when the song finally came out, it was on his Power of Love album. And when it came out, it got a lot of good reviews and everything. And I'm saying to myself, well, yeah, I think we both kind of know what we're doing. And if you recognize that you're singing with someone else, you're supposed to enhance each other and accompany each other and know where to go in and where to fall back. I think that comes with experience and time, so it was just, as far as I'm concerned, just a beautiful give and take of the song.
It's magic. It's a magical, beautiful song.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, we're going to open up the discussion. Will you stay with us?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay! I'm very excited about this next guest that's going to join us. He was part of the Village People. They're now known as the Kings of Disco. He's an actor. He's a singer. Super, super, super talented. And he's on vacation and joining us from Rio, which we're so grateful for. Here's a little bit for you to see of our next guest, Jim Newman.
Sail the seven seas. Yes, you can put your mind at ease. Come on, people, and make a stand. Can't you see we need a hand? Your way. Come on and say it, everybody. Come on, y'all. Say it, come on. All right, young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. And just go to the YMCA.
Jim.
I actually didn't get the video feed in Brazil, so I actually have no idea what you just showed me.
Oh no!
I'm sure it was
Oh,
awesome.
it was good. It was good.
It
I
was
doing, like, fake
amazing.
reactions, like I thought I was
It was your entire life story.
It was childhood photos.
My mom called me this morning, and she was like, "Who are the guests on your show tonight?" And I told her, and when I said, "And we've got the Cowboy from the Village People," and her response was, "Oh my!" I said, "Do you remember the Village People?" And she said, "Oh my God, that was the most popular moment of your sister's bat mitzvah."
Yeah, it's been I moved to New York to be on Broadway, like you guys. That's what I was doing, and because I'm from Alabama, I played a lot of cowboy parts, and I was doing a play called Hands on a Hard Body, and then we got closing notice on Broadway, right? And so I got a call saying, "This is the manager of the Village People. Would you? You've been recommended." And he had seen Hands on a Hard Body. Would you be interested in joining the band? And I was like, "What?" So my first thought was, "Oh, okay, that would be fun until I get the next show." But then I got out on the road with them, and it was the best gift I've ever been given. I've never experienced that kind of. Well, Martha, Martha, we've done shows together. I'm sure you don't remember because we did 1,000 festivals, right? But I have a picture of us because I was a big fan. But I'm in the band, but I'm also a big fan. So then I got on the road, and the thing about being a Broadway actor is, it's a new show especially, which is what I've done mostly. And people come in, they pay a lot of money, their arms crossed, and like, okay, prove that you are worth my money. And the Village People was the complete opposite. They came because they already loved you, And I never experienced that kind of this automatic love. And also the audiences are much bigger. And I never experienced that. I just had to be myself and give them a good show. I didn't have to prove anything. They already loved me. And so I called my agents and I was like, I think I'm going to take a little break from the theater for a while and go on this adventure and see the world. And it has been an unbelievable experience. I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
How many years have you been with them?
7 now. Yeah,
wow.
I'm like sort of the newbie because Alex is original. Ray Simpson's been with him since the movie, 40 plus years. And Felipe was in it up until about 1.5 years ago. And then, when Glenn passed away, Eric. So we've been together for a long, long time. And I came in and I was like the new guy. And they've been unbelievable. They've been unbelievable to me. The audience has been super receptive. Because the look is more iconic than the individual in our group. That's sort of our thing. So they've sort of just embraced me as part of the Village People family.
Well, you've also built we were joking about it before the show. You built quite the social media empire.
That is a complete accident, actually. I did a web series called Daddy Hunt, which is about an older man, younger guy relationship that went crazy. And so then my Instagram went crazy. And because I thought I was too old for social media. So then I became like, this is a side note, but I became like the face of like romance scandals, straight heterosexual romance scandals. All these women were falling in love with my face, didn't know who I really was, and then sending money, and they would find me on Instagram. So then they shut my Instagram down for an investigation. So then I got on TikTok, which I thought I was way too old for. And I just did like a duet, you have a duet with this young guy dancing. So I thought, I can do that. How hard is that? And so I did this dance and it got over 1 million views. And I was like, what? I'm 1,000 years old. How is this even happening? But, I sort of agree with you, Martha. You said, your body changes, but you work with what you have. And if you're smart, you know where your lane is, right? You know what you do well, and you know what you're going to push away from, Mm-hmm. And I feel like people respond to that. I think people respect that, and they respond to that. Although I don't know about Martha because I've heard her sing. I don't notice anything that has changed in your voice because you blew the roof off when we worked together. I was there. I did a show with her, and she blew the roof off. And I was like, what? It's amazing.
I think the last time I saw you, we did Hampton Roads.
I think it was Hampton Roads. A lot of those rewind festivals we do together.
Yeah.
And, we pass each other going on stage off.
Exactly. Or to the airport. To the airport.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of United Club conversations going on.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's Robert. if I had told you 39 weeks ago that we were going to sit down and talk with Martha Wash and Jim Newman from the Village People, what would you have said?
You've lost your damn mind, Lee. Never ever.
Which I have. That's okay. But
had Kristine, who's coming out in a minute, and then like you talk about a party. My goodness, this is a blessing. Such a blessing.
Wow. Now you're in Rio.
Yeah, I was. My partner's a Brazilian furniture designer, so because of COVID, I'm sure like Martha, like 32 concerts were canceled, so everything shut down. And then they shut the border to Brazil and New York, so he can't come to America. So I sort of had to come out here and hang out. Which is why I'm so red. I'm a little bit sunburned. I was wearing 50 sunscreen, but in Brazil, 50's like nothing. So I just have been hanging out in between Brazil and New York until the business sort of picks back up. We have our first concert that has not been canceled outdoor March 3rd, and that's the first one in over a year.
Wow.
Okay.
It's been crazy, right, Martha? It's so crazy. Because I'm with Martha. I've done some video. I've done some, like these cabarets, these live stream cabarets. But we're live performers. It's just not the same. It's really awkward, And sometimes they're pre-taped, and you're singing, and then they say, "Okay, respond to like they applaud," or you do a fake like put your guitar down. It's been so strange for me as a live performer to do that.
Yeah, sure. Miss the audience, that interaction. They give you the energy to keep.
Yeah. The good thing about it is, I will say though, like when you do a TV special, everything is edited and perfect. There's something beautiful about the imperfection of the live stream. Like even right now, because now they're going to get to really see the person. When we make a mistake, when we say something stupid or put our foot in our mouth, there is something beautiful about that. And also, I think you can tell the real singers from the ones who are engineered, when you're seeing them live. And I sort of appreciate that.
Yeah.
Jim, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I do.
I was going to say imperfection and dumb things out of our mouths. You've seen our show.
Robert and I have made a career out of this. I do want to show everybody the poster of your tour. Look at that.
Woohoo! Come see us.
I love it.
You can look us up on our Facebook page.
Where is your first concert? Where's your first concert?
It's in Florida, and I can't remember the name of the city. That's terrible. I should know it. But you do 1,000 cities, and you tell what time is my car picking me up after a while.
Right.
They all look the same in Florida. It's fine. We have another guest that I want to join the conversation with us. She's incredible. 17 #1 hits. She's huge and has carved out an incredible career in Vegas. And I'm going to just show you a little sizzle.
Ready to dance.
W, you better get ready to dance. Welcome, welcome.
It's kind of hard to believe that you've written that many songs. You kind of listen to it in that sizzle reel. It's like, I can't, it's kind of hard to believe.
It's kind of hard to pick when there are 17 #1 dance songs.
Guys, I love you, Martha. I love you, Jim. Love you guys.
Do you write all of your own material?
Yes, I'm crazy. I got to be out of my mind. Every once in a while, somebody will submit a song to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's such a great song!" Like "I'll Be Your Light." That was just one of those songs that was so special that you want to record. That's mine. Yeah.
I have to be honest. The first time I heard you was "Land of the Living" on the Patti LaBelle, and you did a duet version of that on one of her albums, and I was like, "What is this song?" And then your whole discography and all of the music you've put out, that song is a jam of a song. There are millions of people who have rocked out to that song. It is and
it speaks to artists because all of us can relate to going to New York or going to LA or London or pursuing your dream. And I saw the city, the lights, the music. It just speaks about. It's not easy. It's just tough. Some days it's like I've been out there trying to get my hustle on. I'm just glad to be alive in the land of living. It's not easy. Show business.
It's not. But you've carved out like an empire in Vegas.
I don't know about an empire. my studio here.
Well, how many times have you won Las Vegas Entertainer of the Year?
Wow. Well, we won a lot of times. We won best show band, and best vocalist, and best choreographers, and best production. We've won a lot of awards in Vegas. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun here and entertained a lot of people. And it's really, really, really fun. Just there's nothing like a live audience. Just like Jim was talking about. It's just, and Martha knows, is just nothing like it. Nothing like it. Yeah. We all miss it. We all miss it.
What have you done over quarantine in terms of new music? Have you been recording? I know you have new music out.
We got a new album. Ta-da!
Yes. And there's a remix.
Oh yeah, Love and Lies and This Is No More. We've had a few singles off of the album. Yeah. But so we've had some singles. I did a remake of Barracuda. Really cool, and I got all these great remixers, and then of course everything shut down, and then I had all these fabulous people and no charts, no Billboard charts to promote it to. That was such a weird deal. It's like such a strange time, but hey, just keep creating. Got another album coming out in February.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The turnaround and the videos, like I need you to come help me make a video. The turnaround, how fast and beautiful your costumes, your hat, your out, like stunning.
Oh, well, Jeffrey DeBarcy he's a big part of it. He's one of my dancers that's been with me for many years, and he's a big part of it. And Georgette is his partner, and then just different friends. And Sean Dean has done choreography, and I just worked with that. We talked about James Harkness. Mm-hmm. I worked with him he's the star of Ain't Too Proud to Beg, but he worked with me in Vegas for many, many years, and now he's starring in playing Paul Williams and in the
on Instagram. Like I have been on their show, and I love Kristine W. I was her choreographer, and I worked with her for so many years, and I love her.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, we're still great friends to this day. And his mom Nelba is just so special. She's my we write letters to each other. We're pen pals. So cool.
All three of you have, from Martha, from back in the early days when we were with Sylvester till today, and Kristine and Jim, all three of you are so influential in the LGBT community. You all have embraced the LGBT community. You've released music. You have been so supportive. How has that been, the decision and the fan base, and how that has impacted your career all of these years?
Martha, you want to go first, Tony?
Well, I think for me, it goes all the way back to singing with Sylvester. They've just been along for the ride all these many years now. And the fan base has grown because now you got the young'uns coming in, you know, the younger generation now that are finding our music, I'll say, and then the seasoned ones can tell them about, you know, some of the past artists that were out there as you know, such as Sylvester and everything. So it's been that's been my number one fan base, is the gay community, you know.
How about you, Jim?
Well, you know, I came from the world of Broadway, so we're used, just our minds are always open to anything, whatever the person is. So I came into it open, and then when the Village People fell on my lap, I mean, they're iconic, obviously, in the gay community. So I felt a little bit more responsibility to tell that story to the younger kids, because I had a huge young audience from the Daddy Hunt series, and a lot of them knew the songs, but they didn't know the name, which is shocking. They didn't know the name Village People. They knew the YMCA, of course, and Macho Man. And so I tried to tell them that this music was underground gay. You know, that's how their music started. That was how club hits started. The DJs would take it to the gay club, and if the gay club went crazy for the song, then you knew you had a hit. And that's actually how the Village People started. And so the writers, the guy who created the group, he was very flamboyantly gay. So it had an undertone that the gay artists knew, but it was just subtle enough that the whole world was singing YMCA and having no idea another story underneath that, you know. Right. So I like to tell the younger generation that sometimes it was really difficult to be out, but you knew your music when you heard it, and you knew the people who supported you in that music when you heard it. Yeah. So it became like an escape and like a little bit of a security blanket, some of these songs for them.
Right. Interesting. That's interesting. How about you, Kristine?
Well, being in Vegas, we had a lot of female impersonators, you know, in a lot of different shows up and down the strip. And most of them ended up being like my best friends. They'd come to my show, I'd go to their show. We'd talk about all the cool makeup and the wigs, and we'd get our costumes together and start cutting stuff up and, you know, going crazy. And then when I decided I was going to go to Europe, because the style of music that I wanted to do was the house music wasn't really popular, that popular here. And so I went over to Europe and started writing the Land of the Living album, and I test drove all of my songs in all the gay clubs. So, you know, which was they called it the underground, but Heaven was my main place. So I would go down there and cut a song and then see how it responded on the dance floor. So that's basically, we test drove the whole album to live crowds. So, you know, I was really confident that album would do well, because it spoke to a lot of people, you know, on a lot of levels, and I could see it on the dance floor, and I could see them responding to the lyrics. So that I knew that we had something special. It took a lot of time. It took 4 years, but we did it.
Yeah. Well, I would be a complete failure in the dance world because I go to sleep at like 8 o'clock at night. Like literally complete failure.
Yeah, you're not at the club.
I'm like asleep at 8, up at 4. That's just, yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
I know.
We used to not get home until probably 5 or 6 in the morning. We played the Roxy, right? And all those things in New York.
Now, in quarantine, it's like, oh my God, I remember like over the summer, I was like, I have to stay up until it's dark out, because otherwise it's embarrassing.
At least until it's dark out, huh?
That's right.
I know, but I just, yeah.
Why?
When I'm on tour, matinee days are my favorite days. Like a 2 o'clock matinee to me is like, you know, a 10 o'clock show for you.
Wow. Wow.
Jim, I get up early because for like the last 10 years, I started like doing spin classes. Now I have a Peloton, and I would cycle at 6 in the morning, and so I needed to like be awake. So I would get up at 4, have some tea or coffee, and read, and like wake up, and then I would go and take a class. No, it's the same thing. I just have my bike here in my office, but I
actually get nauseous if I get up before the sun. I feel nauseous if I get up before the sun. I can't get up early. It's not my thing. I don't think I'm a vampire or something.
I understand. Well,
Yeah, maybe.
You, Martha.
Martha, you too?
I'm trying to turn it. The only reason I have to get up early in the morning is if I have an early doctor's appointment or early flight. And if it's an early flight, then I'm still up the night before. So,
Same here.
yeah.
You know what was
fun, right? It's tough when you've been doing shows and they're all late. The club shows are late.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Let me just say, the other night, I can't remember which one, but one night this week, I stayed up late, like 11, and I slept until 7:15.
Oh my goodness. That's it. Quarantine's over.
Oh,
Easy. You're so rock and roll.
I know, right? I know.
You know what was fun? Speaking of rock and roll and this business and staying up late, what was fun is before we do the show live and come on the air, everyone comes in and checks their sound. And what's so fun is in this musical world, it's such a small world, and all three of you have worked together. You have all done music together. And it just shows like the community and the longevity and of real performers and artists. And from creating music and singing it and doing these songs, like you guys really make a difference to so many people. And I know how much we hear about how much people miss live music. We miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss doing it.
Yeah,
we miss doing it.
For sure.
We do.
We definitely miss the audience.
How has this what have you guys done to keep your artistic spirit? I know you guys have music, and what have you guys done to keep connected to the music that is your lives?
Well, I did some virtual shows. I did some of those. It was really weird, like you were saying, Jim, Martha. It's super, super weird with no audience. And I did a couple of them with my band, which was super weird. But you do what you can to keep the music out there. I mean, you just sign up for whatever opportunity, whether you get paid or not, because it's just like you want to, you just want to be with everyone any way that you can when you love music like we do. So, but I've done quite a few of them, actually.
Yeah,
but it's super
social
weird.
media's helped a lot. I've been posting a lot on social media. Songs. I've been playing a lot of guitar. That helps a little bit. You get a written feedback. You don't get a live feedback, which is really bizarre, So I mean, it'll come back, and I think it's going to come back even stronger, because I think when it does come back, people are so starved to be in a group and feel the energy of a live show. I think it's going to actually be a boom for live performance after the vaccine comes out for everyone.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jim, on that. Especially people really are starving for live entertainment. The only problem that could arise is a lot of these places where people go to get their entertainment have shut down because they've gone bankrupt, or they can't afford to stay in business any longer, and that may be a big problem in the long run. Trying to find venues that are open and that can, depending on what kind of shows they bring in, how that's going to affect the artists coming in, plus the audience that's going to come through the shows and stuff. So that's kind of hard too.
It's a good, we've lost a lot of clubs. We really have.
Yeah, and famous places too.
I know. How are things in Vegas?
Well, there's really no shows going on, no production shows. There's really not a lot of music happening here. I know they're doing some of the shows in the big tents that are kind of outside where they can social distance. But it's, we don't have our big production shows that everybody loves to see. And they're at 25% capacity with most of the hotels, and everything's they're being very, very careful right now, just because we've had a lot of cases here. So
are casinos open? Are casinos open?
Oh, casinos are open, yeah, but I think it's 25% capacity is what I was told. That's it.
Is that like an essential business or?
If you're a gambler.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
I promise you that. I promise all three of you, Martha, Jim, or Christine, are somewhere around this country. You'll just look out there. I'll be in this shirt, and Lee will be in his shirt, and we'll be ready. We'll be ready. We'll be ready when we're back.
I know.
I'll bring you on stage. I'll bring you on stage.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference. That's the difference between Robert and I. Robert is the person that would love to be called up on stage. I am the person that would be mortified to be called up on stage.
Jim, I'll come in a costume and everything. You tell me which one to be, and I'm there.
Let's push it forward. What's a costume that we don't have yet?
I'll be a fireman. I'll put a fireman hat on. I'm ready.
He's got a closet. He's got a costume.
I'm ready. I'm coming out.
But you know what? Interestingly, I'm like you. I mean, I'm a live performer on stage, but if I go see a show, like a play, and they're gonna get me on stage, I panic. I can't stand it.
Right?
Like, no, don't pick me. Oh my God, please don't pick me. It's different. It's different doing your own work, you know.
Christine just sang "I'm Coming Out," which is Diana Ross. Which you have to hear her version of "The Boss" by Diana that she covered of Diana Ross's song.
Oh.
I love that song.
Oh, that's such a cool song. Such a cool song. Love it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, you are all a joy, and we love your music and your spirit, and that you were willing to come spend an hour with us. And
I'm honored to be on the same, on the same telecast, the same show with Martha. And what amazing!
No, it's an honor.
Love you guys.
Group hug.
I just want to flash up all of the albums, Martha's album that is now available everywhere. And
oh, Newman's out, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
yes. They're all of you. Your music is literally all of you. It's timeless. It's a part of all of our lives, and it's just such an honor and a privilege.
It really is. It really is. It really is. And
I'm telling you, I hear that voice, and I'm 12 years old at the Bergenfield rink. I swear, I swear, that will forever. That will forever.
He still can't roller skate, but
I can't either. So hey,
it's
lovely. Cute. No, I'll try to.
I love your roller skate.
I can't roller skate.
Please post yourself roller skating.
Okay, deal.
I will duet you. I promise.
Right.
There you go. There you go. It's lovely to meet you all, and Robert and I look forward to actually seeing you on stage. Robert and I, we basically have to retire because after 40 weeks of this show, we've told every guest that we were coming to see them in their next concert. So we basically we have to retire so that we can travel to everybody's shows.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
You can do your show from backstage at our concerts.
Right? I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
And I brought my glass too.
Yes,
So
cheers.
everyone.
Cheers. Let's hope that 2021 is the best is yet to come for all of us.
Yeah.
For everyone. Cheers.
Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Yeah.
So my partner got an appointment on February 9th to get the vaccine.
Wow. Congrats.
So it's happening. It's rolling out. He's over 65.
Not fast enough.
Yeah, true. We're gonna get back out there. Yes.
Yeah. I get it. Well, thank you
all three of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
Yeah. So good to see you. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
My goodness! Did you see what just happened?
Can't even discuss it.
I
can't even discuss. I'm like, was I too obviously like fangirling?
Oh no, I was totally fangirling, and I fully told anyone that talked to me today I'm gonna fan out. Like Martha Wash.
Here's what I love. I love when people that have had such a musical effect on your life, and then you get to meet them, and they're so wonderful, and they're so warm, and I love that. That just makes me happy, right?
Kristine and Jim and Martha are.
I have to say, because I go to bed at 8:00. I didn't know that much about Kristine, but I literally fell into a YouTube hole this week.
Oh yes,
she's amazing.
She is,
and production. She's amazing.
She is bringing it. The whole show. Find her.
I love it. And Jim, of course, is a very good friend of our mutual friend, Jonathan Hawkins. And he's the one that hooked us up to get Jim on the show, who has been so lovely. And he's in Brazil and just so lovely. And so
I'm just no offense, Lee. If I'm in Rio on the beach, I don't know if I'm cutting out an hour for you. I'm sorry. So Jim, thank you for being here, because I don't know if I would have done the same. We appreciate it so much. For me.
I know. Jim, you got to send me the TikTok video. I want to see it.
We're going to get Lee on TikTok.
Meanwhile, lovely fun. Next week. So years ago, I don't even know how many years ago, 10, 20, I don't know. Years ago in LA, there was a cult musical that ran here for a long time called Ruthless, the musical. It was an off-Broadway run as well. Mm-hmm. Laura Bell Bundy. Yep. But our dear friend Joan Ryan played the mother, the star of the show here, and she has reassembled the cast. And it was huge here in LA. And Michael Orland, our dear friend who's co-hosted before, he was the musical director.
God knows what comes out of his mouth when he's here.
Basically, but he's going to be here as well next Thursday on our show. As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we are so excited to launch our new project, the Broadway Cast Reunion Series. I'm going to show you our logo.
Ta-da! Thank you, Jonathan. It looks beautiful.
That logo. We launch on February 10th with Frozen.
Here. They're
all the Broadway original stars, Casey Levy and Patty Muir, all of them. They're all coming. And it is Wednesday the 10th of February at 8 p.m. But it will not be on YouTube. It will not be on Facebook. The way that you can watch it is through a platform called Stellar, which is a virtual theater that Gold Star created. It's not there yet. We will let you know in the next week, probably. It'll show up there. And we hope you'll join us. And every other week, we're going to have a Broadway cast reunion. Tickets are going to be super cheap. I think they're like $10 or $15. I don't know, but super cheap, because we want to pay artists. Our favorite Broadway artists that we love have been out of work since March, 10 months, 11 months. We want to pay them. And Robert and I have come up with a what's it called, Robert?
Structure? I don't know.
Thank you. Structure. We've come up with a structure that's we think is really great, so that we can pay them ridiculous amounts to sit and chat with us in their pajamas from their living room.
Everybody does this for free on Thursday night, and they come out of the goodness, and we do it for free. And,
you think?
So
can you call my accountant?
We want to give some work and some support to our friends that are artists.
Well, we've come up with this plan, and I think it's gonna be great. We're so excited. We are gonna launch with Frozen on the 10th. On the 24th, we have Hadestown with the director and the writer and the principal cast. in March, we've got Ain't Too Proud. We've got Dear Evan Hansen. They just sent us the cast list today. I was like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's amazing. But we're very excited. We've been working for months, since September. We've been working on this project. And last week, Disney came on board. I mean, it's really been, I have to say, there have been some incredible people in the industry that do marketing and PR for the Broadway companies, for the tour companies that have come on board with such excitement and support and are lending a hand. It's incredible. We could not have made it happen without them. I mean, it's incredible. Right?
Well, really, and thanks to you, and this idea is Lee's idea. It's his baby, and he spends his days, reaching out. People have been so incredible. We've literally pinched Lee's had meetings. We're like, they said yes, and they said yes, and they said yes.
It's going to be great. We are so excited. And the interesting thing is, I was talking to a publicist today that represents a major Broadway tour. And they said, I actually think after this pandemic, this quarantine is over, there is such a great marketing value in what you guys are doing when you do your Broadway cast reunions, because it will help us sell tickets. It'll help us market the show. Can you imagine being able to go backstage and meet the cast of the tour of Frozen that you're going to see, next month at whatever venue you're going to see? And so we are excited, and we hope you'll join us. And it's good. I think it's going to be great.
I'm really excited. It's going to be so much.
I'm going to order a whole new shirt from Amazon, and for the occasion.
We'll have to find a whole new bag of tricks for this big special event.
Are we going to wear like the Frozen logo shirt?
Yeah, I think we're going to dress like snowmen.
So I need to get swag, is what you're saying.
Or are you going to be Princess Anna and I'll dress as Princess Elsa?
Okay, don't push it.
Okay. We got to a disco shirt. We're not going to press our luck.
You've just gone too far. This is my limit right here. This is my limit right here. Anyway, Joe, that was great. I didn't know what to expect.
Me either.
I didn't really know any of our guests tonight. I mean, I know them, but I didn't know them personally.
Me either.
How incredible, how warm, the talent, and Martha Wash. I love them all, but growing up, I grew up with that music, that
voice. I there's a Sylvester Live album of them in the 70s, and they do You Are My Friend, this old Patti LaBelle song, and they each take a solo, and they just sing and sing, and I could listen to it because it's just those voices are just iconic. So Jim and Christine and Martha, wow. We have so much coming your way. Don't even.
Did I tell you that Sarah Jessica Parker came on board as a sponsor? XJP Sauvignon. Did I tell you that?
No, you left that out.
Right. I left that out because she hasn't.
She won't return our calls. Come on.
I want her to. I believe in 6 degrees of separation.
Someone knows her.
Some poor fool is going to watch the show.
Aaron James Ripley. Do you know Sarah Jessica Parker?
And then she's going to call him because I have promoted her Sauvignon Blanc for 40 weeks.
Someone watching the show right now knows Sarah Jessica Parker. My mother, Taylor Dane, got in trouble. I'm no politics, but she got in a little bit of trouble. But when I was younger, we went to a concert, and my mom called Taylor Dane Sarah Jessica Parker by mistake because Sarah Jessica Parker was there. Taylor Dane did not take kindly to that.
Well, she did get in trouble, and she deserved it. And I don't want to talk about it.
She did.
And it was my friend. It was my friend that got her in trouble.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did, and we should have him on the show.
Come on, Josh.
You know who I'm talking about.
I'm fine.
No, but I think he did a good thing.
Absolutely right.
You know?
Now we're in trouble. I can hear all of the Broadway producers leaving us now. No, kidding. No. Are you kidding? They're the ones.
You can't be never mind.
We're here for anyone watching. We appreciate you and thank you.
All we do is represent disco. That's our cause, disco. Right?
Lee, before we get into more trouble, thank you. Have a great night.
I'm ordering Chinese, which I have not done probably since the 80s.
Lee, you look good. I saw the early show. You are Pelotoning and keto paleoing. You're doing it. I can't run on the Peloton with them because they're really good at it. Like, no, honestly, like his personal record is like 752.
Are you never gonna ride with me again?
No, I'm gonna ride. I'm practicing.
You kill me, Robert. I love you. You are.
Thank you guys for watching.
You make my week go by because I always look forward to Thursday.
Me too.
I know I'm gonna laugh and forget about all the shite going on.
Preach.
Preach. Next week.
See you next week. Ruthless.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Wear a mask, and basically just do not leave your house.
Yes.
That's what. Right.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.